Hello everyone, welcome to the end of qualifying. We're just about to start the lower finals here at the 2017 European Championships in Eskilstuna, Sweden. We're here in Gröndal Ring. Sun is shining for now. We had a light smattering of rain a little bit earlier today. We're just going to give you a little run through the qualifying, the top 16, which is where you want to be if you want to qualify directly to the semi-finals. So, starting from round 1, Q1, we had Elliot Boots who TQ'd. He was fastest in free practice, took the round 1, looked pretty solid. Round 2, Davide Ongaro, the warm-up top qualifier, he went fastest. Round 3, yet another top qualifier yesterday night, David Ronafak, who was fastest in control practice, he TQ'd. Finally, after breakthrough, after 2 second places. Fast forward to this morning, Friday, and Robert Battle found a turn of pace as the likes of Boots and Ronafak fell slightly by the wayside. Ronafak suffering from a broken screw on second last lap on possible TQ run. So Robert, took to Q4 in style, and then Q5 he just blitzed the track. Suffice to say that he's probably got his rivals slightly scratching their heads to see where he got that sort of pace from. Some sort of 6.5 seconds there quicker than Boots' time. And in turn, Boots was 1.4, 1.5 ahead of Ronafak's time in third. So we're going to give you a little run through the qualifying order. On TQ, I was going to say on pole, but of course on pole for the first semi-final, we have Robert Battle, top qualifier. Second on pole for this B semi-final, we have David Ronafak. Third, Davide Ongaro. Fourth, Elliot Boots. Fifth, Riccardo Berton from Italy. Sixth, Darren Bloomfield. Seventh, Juan Carlos Canas. Eighth, JQ, doing rather well here. Ninth, Martin Wolanka. 10th, Neil Cragg. 11th, René Savoia. 12th, Yannick Aigon. 13th, a wonderful showing from Jessica Paulson, one of the few girls racing here this weekend, really showing up the boys. 14th, Martin Bayer. 15th, Carlos Durais. And 16th, another Portuguese driver, João Figueiredo from, Portugal obviously, but driving Kyosho. João just making it into top 16, nudging out Hampus Berg from Sweden, the HB driver there. So, as they're warming up their engines, we have 7 minutes left to go. We're just going to not really show you the track so much. We'll try and do that a little bit later. But yeah, the surface of the track seems to have held up pretty well in places. They've started to fix it every night, and this kind of hard surface has held on, we have to say. I don't know if drivers are enjoying it that much, but it is what it is. And let's have a little talk. Let's have a little chat to some of the top 16. Robert, a pretty fantastic Friday is how I'd call it. How are you calling it?
Yeah, it was an awesome Friday. Like yesterday night, I just thought about to make a good setup for the finals, because the best, it was the third one, because on the two first qualifyings I just roll over by myself. We had a good base on the setup, but I didn't drive well. So from today we started super nice with the TQ. And on the second one, on the Q5, it was just incredible. Really even impressive for me. I just saw the video now about the whole qualifying, and car looks amazing. So I really don't know what to do to make it better. I mean, I just lost like half a second maximum, so I think it's pretty good Q5. So just thinking on tomorrow, trying to get a good tire for all final and semi-final, and then just crossing my fingers to not to have any mechanical issue, because the last years has been super terrible. So I hope to at least not to have any mechanical issue, me or all the others.
So we found Riccardo Berton here. Ricky, 5th place overall in the qualifying. Pretty happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy. We didn't start really well on Tuesday and Wednesday, but now the car looks easy to drive, so we are ready for tomorrow, I think.
Have you been changing a lot on the car, like round by round, chasing the track, or is it just kind of if you get lucky with certain bumps and ruts?
I changed something because the track is really bumpy, but I think that the tires made the most important, the biggest change, because we switched to Proline both IX2, and the car looks safe and quite easy to drive. So
David, I guess an up and down last 24 hours, but second overall in qualifying. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean overall it's a decent result for us. TQ isn't all. It showed last year. I was way better in the finals, basically when I had no chance in qualifying. So this year I was there all like every run I was there. Just the last one, Robert was blistering fast. He put on a great run, and I think neither me or Elliot or Ongaro had any chance on him in that one. I mean, you can clearly see both me and Elliot having a good run, but just too slow for him. So yeah, good job to Robert there. But for tomorrow, we've had a lot more cars on the track. A couple of mains before it's our turn to go on there, and it's going to be a lot different again. I don't know about the weather. It's a bit cloudy, and sometimes you can feel some drops coming down. So we'll have to see tomorrow. Right now, we're just getting the car ready. But I mean, performance in the result in the qualifying felt really good. So.
And you're checking those screws after the round 4, slight disappointment there?
Yeah, I mean, that was probably the TQ, because if I would have TQ that, I would basically have been overall TQ already then. So it was unfortunate, of course, but it's better that it happened today than tomorrow. And for sure, I mean, we don't know exactly, but I'm sure it snapped off, because if it was like the nut would have come loose, I would have felt it like the corners before, that the wheel was like kind of soft. So it probably snapped. Very unfortunate. It was a good run, like very clean and safe. And I mean, the package has been feeling great since the beginning of the week. So yeah, just have to check the car now and make sure everything is good, and glue some set of tires to have some options for tomorrow.
Neil, 10th overall after qualifying. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, really pleased. Always going to be tough here. We're not coming to the warm-up and such a big, difficult track. I got faster every round in qualifying, so my car's been pretty good. In the last 2 rounds, it was pretty dialed and good points. I think it's probably not the highest I've ever qualified at the Euros. I've never missed the semis, but I've never been in the top 10. So, yeah, pretty happy.
That's cool. Is it a battle with the track, or have they been fixing it? It's kind of mitigating that a little bit?
Yeah, the repairs they've been doing have really been helping out, because, I mean, I was expecting it to be a bomb site, but it's not there yet. They've done what the fixes that they've done. It's been pretty, they've done a good job of it. And the track's good to drive. It's a fun layout. It's just making sure every lap you miss the right bumps, and I think there's going to be a lot more of them at the end of the finals. So hopefully it holds up okay.
4th overall, maybe slightly disappointing after being in contention with TQ, even to the last round. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, a bit bummed. That last run, we was TQ up until Robert went out. The car was feeling really good. We changed a lot of stuff. We was kind of rushing to the line to get there. Yeah, sometimes that's how it goes. Unfortunately, we ended up 4th, but we're in the right direction. We've ended qualifying on a high. So yeah, we'll just see what happens in the finals now, because who knows what's going to happen with the track, the rains. Is it coming? Is it not? We don't know. So we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, at least for us as spectators, it looks like a pretty nice semi. David, you, Darren behind you, and JQ. It looks like a pretty tasty semi.
Yeah, all the semis and the quarters are always. I think the quarters are probably more aggressive than the semis, but we'll see. Yeah, it's European Championships at the end of the day. It's going to be tough always.
You're more happy with the car. We watched in Q4 and it looked pretty hard to drive, but it looked much better in Q5. Do you think it's just going to be, completely rebuild the car, talk to Mick and Marco and the boys, and start afresh for tomorrow?
Well, I actually changed car for the last run completely. I had to go to scrutineer to verify that I wasn't changing anything differently, so I had to change the chassis over, which you're allowed to do as long as I hand in my old one. It was the same chassis, just a different one, because I wasn't having the right feeling with the car. So I went back to the car that I used here at the warm-up, and during practice, straight away it felt better. So maybe there's something different or psychological, maybe, but either way I feel more comfortable with it. So yeah, we changed a few things. We got the tyres I feel more comfortable on now. So yeah, I've got it more easy. I feel better for a longer run, but we'll see.
We spoke to Ricky Breton and he said he was on bow tie, I think X2. Are you also on the tyre, or are you on the blockades? Or?
No, I'm on big block X3. It's kind of an older tyre. I don't think anyone here is using it, to be honest. I had some that I brought. and yeah, they worked well. I remember using them before in a Nitro Challenge in America when the track was quite rough and edgy, and it works better for me, for my driving style.
Cool. Darren, 6th overall after qualifying. Pretty good showing.
Yeah, much better than 2 days ago. Yeah, it's good. Happy with it. Ready for a little practice and some semis.
Have you been changing your car loads round and round like Elliot we've heard, or have you just been sort of consistent?
No, my car had a chassis on it with 10 minutes to go, but no, I haven't. I've been changing it, but not as drastic as what we've heard he has. Just to find difference here. The track's changed so many times because every time they fix it, it seems to get worse slower, I think. So those 2 runs this morning were. I don't think the bumps really came back. Like yesterday, between rounds 1 and 2 was ridiculous. So yeah, I've been changing my car, but not drastically.
I think speaking with some of the other drivers, it's going to be interesting tomorrow because likely going on probably fixing the track tonight. You guys are going to be here early tomorrow to see how it evolves and then tailor your car accordingly, right?
Yeah, I'm sure over the course. I mean, I don't know how much running there is like today compared to what we'll get round it tomorrow in terms of actual track usage. I don't know, but I haven't seen it yet, but seeing how it develops to the end of tonight will kind of, I guess, give us an idea of how it will develop, and then we'll try and see if that stays the same. In my opinion, up until an hour ago, the track was fairly similar for both runs, other than it being obviously slightly damp in the first one. But I think if it does what it's done today, then I don't think the finals will be like the warm-up, at least, where it was huge holes. And the bits, they're fixing it very well, because obviously they're not trying to pack it in, which comes out in the next 5 minutes. They're obviously just kind of doing what motocross do, where they shave that lip back away. And that's why I think they're getting better, because they shaved the lip away. And that natural section that wanted to break away, obviously beyond that was okay. So if you shave that section, I think the next bits stay in there. So I think the bumps have actually slowly improved, not only because they fixed them, but because it's just it's evolving as one, if you know what I mean. So normally on a track that's just blowing out, you'd fix it, and then there'd still be others and still be more. So